Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How are you doing, Capricorn? It's not a date or time specific reading. Whenever you come upon it, if it speaks to you, it may be your message at that time. We do have the new moon in Cancer coming up in a couple days, I think on the 17th. So keep your eyes open. I'll do a special reading for that. We also have, right after the new moon, the nodes of fate. The north and south node will change signs. They always move backwards. So they've been in Taurus and Scorpio for about a year and a half. They will be shifting into Aries. Libra is the polarity. So all of our eclipses from this point out will be in Aries or Libra. So you want to find where 1 degree of Aries is and 1 degree of Libra will be exactly opposite that in your natal chart, so that you see what area of life, I'm referencing the house, may be feeling some effects from eclipses in the next year and a half. Okay, I know it's kind of interesting. I like when they change signs. I like the shift in the flavor. So just wanted to make you aware of that. You can be here as a cross watcher for a Capricorn. Sometimes the messages speak more to you than they do about your person, but always in connection with them, because I read for relationships. I am pulling from Prairie Majesty Oracle. You're going to get one word, a totem, and something to consider. Okay, Capricorn, your word is trust. Your totem is the white-tailed deer. And the question to ponder is, am I honoring my knowing? Right? This is about trusting your intuition. Am I honoring my knowing? Am I trusting what I know to be true for myself on an inner level knowing? This is not intellectual. It's your inner sense, right? High priestess stuff. So, right? And sometimes when we have trust issues with people, it's because something inside is telling us, danger, Will Robinson, and you're being called to honor those instincts, that intuition. Okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to pull the spread. Well, I love that we're kicking off with the Wheel of Fortune. What's crossing it is the Hierophant. Wow, timing around commitment. All these cards right here, commitment oriented. Oh boy. All right, so let's see what Spirit says, the hidden energies, and the outcome. So the general impression I get here is, and of course going forward, there's the trust issue. This whole reading here is about the timing of some kind of up-leveling of the connection, moving towards something more committed. You're coming through with the crossed energy of the Hierophant, which does speak to conventional committed relationships, the vows we make and take. The Wheel of Fortune is coming through as divine time, fate and destiny here. And in your unconscious awareness as the Queen of Pentacles, that is the energy of a feminine archetype of a life partner. So in the past, Ace of Pentacles, this could represent when things kind of became more solid, or when there was a focus on up-leveling the connection in your conscious awareness. Things are moving very slowly. You may be anticipating an offer from your person, almost to say they grab that Ace of Pentacles and come toward you, but it feels like it's moving so slowly that it's pushing you into a future of some uncertainty of their intentions. Okay? Spirit's basically saying you're going to have to talk it out. In the hidden energies, your person here is coming through with sunshine. That's usually about happiness and joy, feeling safe and protected in one's vulnerability, It is about a desire for happiness as well. This is Leo's energy. So there, and we've got Venus in Leo, and she's been there a little while, and she will be stationing retrograde right around the 22nd. So that could be an important time for this connection. We have your outcome position here is the Two of Pentacles. It may take a hot minute for you to kind of know where things stand. But let's take a look at the clarifiers so we can make some sense of what's showing up here. Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant. The World, Two of Swords. Yeah, there are some of you here. First of all, I'm feeling the beautiful energy of the Divine Feminine, being open and receptive. What comes to me comes to me. A lot of unconditional love, but of course you have to start with yourself. And the Two of Swords is showing me here that on some level you have an important decision to make with regard to whether it's time to close out this cycle. So because I'm seeing in the future a breach of trust, and the challenge here is around timing. The Two of Pentacles is also a timing reference. It feels to me like maybe you're questioning, is this thing moving slow because it's just moving slow, or is it stalled out and not going to manifest? So I do see you coming in with a need for some clarity around that, doing some inner work. The World card is Saturn, and right now, as I record this, we have this lingering energy of Mercury in what is called the Great Eliminator angle with Saturn. And that sort of takes our thoughts and puts restrictions on them. We feel blocked. We can't see things clearly. We're not putting, 2 and 2 isn't making 4. So if you're having that experience, that's kind of what I see coming through in the reading. Let's see the Queen of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. There's a conflict, right? This is feeling like a one-sided connection for you on some level. Maybe there's a conflict that's keeping it from being more reciprocal. There's a little bit more going out on your side, not so much coming toward you, but the whole focus here is on the happiness, is on the joy, the bliss. I know we could be happy together, and not being sure of what the holdup is. Is there a disconnect? Is this person maybe avoiding taking that next step? It feels like there's a conflict around that, not receiving to the degree that you give. Now, we don't always enter relationships to get out of it what we put in, but it makes sense that if you have a relationship that's going to move to something more committed, there has to be equal buy-in. You have to be a team. I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's true. And there is a little bit of, I carry this for a little while, you carry it for a little while, and then we meet in the middle and we're both, singing from the same hymnal, if you know what I'm trying to say. And I feel like you're seeing that things are one-sided and not moving forward toward what maybe was discussed, maybe what you expected, and it feels to me like you're trying to sort through why that might be. In the past, Ace of Pentacles, Lovers, Hermit, Nine of Pentacles, right? After all this time of personal growth and self-exploration and being on your own, there we go. We have this beautiful moment. Twin flame energy here in the Lovers card, but it's more about both of you choosing the connection and taking it to the next level. And I sort of feel like that came toward the end of a bit of a slog, a bit of a solitary journey for you. And so a lot of hope might have been pinned to it, a lot of expectation, maybe even some communication that this is where things were headed, but it seems to have hit a bit of a snag. Let's see the Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, in your unconscious awareness, there's an energy around this sort of being done. It's moving slowly, and yet you're all ready to take that leap for love. Is this person coming toward you with an offer from their heart, something tangible, or is it just time to release it? Tens are always about completion. So with the Ten of Swords rolling around in your unconscious awareness, there's some pain associated with this, right? This World card isn't just about, well, let's close out one cycle and begin a new cycle. It's like, this is a painful decision. I'm at this painful crossroads of where to go next. We've had a couple of readings, Capricorn, where it felt like things were moving forward. And so now what I'm seeing is there hasn't been much progress. And so what happens when things are humming along and then there's no progress, we take that places. We go places in our mind with that. And with Mercury being in conjunct Saturn, that started Friday, lingering into today, and then we have some more energies coming through tomorrow. Yeah, it could be like our minds may play tricks on us, and we may feel very much at a loss to see things clearly. Let's see the Seven of Swords in the near future. And the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this person comes back in, but the cycle is sort of repeating. I feel like there's an in and out nature to this connection. And with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, there's a conflict about reciprocity. I feel like this person kind of shows up and then doesn't stay. Because in unconscious awareness there, you're looking at this person as the King to the Queen of Pentacles, life partners. And there's all the worry and the anxiety and the preoccupation with this person's intentions. Am I just getting played here? Is sort of how it comes through in the near future. So that's why you're in this energy of processing the intentions, processing the next best step for you in this connection, feeling the conflict, feeling the resistance to moving forward on the part of your person, feeling the conflict around any measure of reciprocity. Maybe this person isn't in a position to give as well as they receive, but they seem to have no problem with regard to receiving, and that may be a cycle or a pattern that you're sensing and will sense going forward. So let's see what Spirit has to say about the Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you can anticipate. I don't like to use the word expect. You know, I do not like that word. You can anticipate some communication. There may be a need to clear the air, and I'm seeing with that Four of Pentacles, it's something where it's got that feeling of, I'm holding on to this. I'm going to make sure that I get everything cleared up. The Four of Pentacles can be self-protective, can be sort of, I'm guarded, I got my walls up, but it can also be like the line in the sand. This is what I'm not going to let go of, this thought or this question or this issue, whatever it is for you. It's a general reading, not a personal reading, so it's going to be a little different for all of you. But it feels like Spirit's letting you know this communication that's very needed is something you can anticipate in the near future. That Four of Pentacles feels that stubbornness of, I need to get this cleared up once and for all. So when that happens, that's when this person sort of has this response, like they're back in and everything's great, and you're left with worrying. Is this going to be another run of this cycle, of this pattern, of the in and outness of it all. Let's see the sun in the hidden energies. I'm going to pull for the Two of Pentacles too. Got it. Oh boy. I feel in the hidden energies, your person is operating from some measure of self-sabotage here. Coming through in unconscious awareness is the King of Cups. So that's showing you their deep feelings, but they're not communicating that. They want the happiness, and they want exactly what you all probably talked about in terms of up-leveling the connection, making a commitment, beginning the path to life partnership with the Ace of Pentacles, making you this offer, something powerful and tangible. But here with the Five of Swords, they're sort of feeling defeated before they even begin. And that can be representing some self-sabotage. I don't think this is anything about their intentions. I think it's kind of how they perceive the situation is maybe they can't bring about what they think it is you expect. And part of the reason why I'm saying that is we have the Two of Pentacles, you know, in the outcome position, which can be this assessment, right? The Two of Pentacles to me, sure, can it be torn, like I need to make a decision, what do I do? Sure. And the juggling aspect of that. But it's also a timing card. It's as we try to sort out what we're really dealing with, we sort of, you know, stall for time. Because here's the Six of Wands, which would be a beautiful homecoming, some form of reconciliation, meeting in the middle and having that win-win outcome, coming to some resolution that brings peace where you both feel heard and validated. And then the Hanged Man is like, well, how do you see that? Right? The Hanged Man asks you to sort of kind of press pause and now examine everything. Now that you've sized up realities on the ground and there's been this meeting of the minds where you come together and you make peace and there's some form of an understanding between you, like, you know, the terms, then you want to evaluate it to kind of see how it lands for you. And the Page of Wands underneath, it's generally, to me, fresh start energy. Like, yeah, okay, well, let's lighten this up a bit. So I feel what's coming through as very heavy right now for you. Once you have some dialogue and you stand your ground here, that's more Seven of Wands. But even with the Four of Pentacles, it's like, no, this is my position and I'm not letting go of it. Because that Knight of Swords is very fast-moving energy, and that's the energy that's coming into the conversation to clear the air. So if the conversation moves fast and you don't get your questions answered, that's where I see the Four of Pentacles coming in, where you go like, whoa, 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 slow your roll. This is what I need to know. This is what I'm anticipating. And once that happens, you may hear this person's concerns, right? Whether they can keep their end of the bargain or not. I'm seeing some self-sabotage, and that's a mental issue. When I say mental, I don't mean mental health. I mean perception. Five of Swords. Swords are perceptions and thoughts, but it's how they're mentally organizing everything in their mind. To some people, this means one thing. It's like engagement, right? We will be betrothed. It's wedding planning. It's making a big ass decision and offer. And to others of us, it's like, no, it's just the path that we're walking. It's the beginning of what is to unfold going forward. So I think once you get on the same page, and you examine after this Six of Wands, you take that pause. It is a temporary standstill. You take that time to reevaluate everything and make sure how it lands for you. I think you come through seeing it with from a more glass half full perspective. So it does seem like there's a little bit of a challenge now. And like I said, please remember, Venus is going retrograde. She's just about found her standstill point. I think she hits that in 2 days from now on the 17th. When she reaches 28 degrees of Leo, she stops. And she sits on that point for like 11 days. I know, it's crazy. So a lot of matters of the heart, the fire kind of gets doused. Communication gets a little blurry. So what seems really heavy and stuck now may flow better in a week or two. So that's what I have for you. Let me give you the astrology. Before I do that, there's a link in the first sentence of the description box below that will take you to the extended. And we're going to see everything from the perspective of our King of Pentacles here, right? How they show up, what's their energy, how do they see the situation right now, how do they see you, think about you, or feel about you at this time, their intentions toward you and the connection going forward. I will close out with some oracle as well. So what we have here, my loves, we have Jupiter in the Wheel of Fortune that rules Sagittarius. This is Taurus in the Hierophant. The world, as I said, is Saturn, Aquarius, and Capricorn. Divine feminine energy in the Empress, that's Venus, which rules Taurus and Libra. Capricorn in our Queen of Pentacles. The Lovers is Gemini. The Hermit is Virgo. More Virgo in the Nine of Pentacles. More Virgo in the Knight of Pentacles. If you have Virgo in your chart or are dealing with a Virgo, you just got a lot of confirmation right here. The Fool is the planet Uranus, and that rules Aquarius, Pisces in the Knight of Cups. We have almost all I think we have all the knights here. We have the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. King of Pentacles is Taurus. Yep, here's the other Knight of Swords is Gemini. The Sun is the Sun, but rules Leo, and our King of Cups is Scorpio. Last but not least, we have Neptune in the Hanged Man, which rules Pisces, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in our little Page of Wands. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. I'm going to head to the extended right now. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.